Hey, good morning, people. All my friends. Hope y'all are doing good. I've been struggling. I got down under the weather. And the guy says, "What are you doing down under there?" Well, I did get down. The last video I done was, when was that? Wednesday. I done a video. I wasn't feeling good Wednesday morning, but I done a video and was trying to get it uploaded, and got cold. Man, I was freezing and shaking so hard that I couldn't touch the screen on my phone with a stylus. I couldn't hit it to punch in the numbers or the letters that I needed to get when I uploaded the video. I put it up from my phone onto an app called iShot or InShot, I think it is, InShot. And I'll put my video on that, and in it has the capability of trimming it and adding effects and different things to it. I haven't learned any of it except for how to push a check mark that says this is how long you want it and how to add text. That's all I can do. But it's got a lot of features to it, and I just haven't figured it out. But anyway, that morning I couldn't finish. I was out there on the porch doing the video on the deck, and Marcia was there and see me struggling. I couldn't get it. She said, "I'll do that." I said, "No, been bullheaded. I'll try it." So I finally said, "Man, I can't." I've done so many videos on my phone that when I push in a letter like 2, the suggestion is second. So you don't have to push second. You have to type in 2ND. It's already referenced. So you just have to touch it. And when you touch it, it opens up Corinthians and Timothy and Thessalonians. I think that it's references the suggestions, across the top of the screen. So that's a lot of that is already. I don't have to type that out. Just touch it. I couldn't touch it. I couldn't hit it. So I showed Marcia how to do it. And you got to pull it down and line it up on the screen and hit a check mark and play, and then go through and follow the readings. And when I change to another reading, I got to put a text in. You got to push the T for text and put that in. So I had a hard time. I couldn't get it. Shaking too bad. Hard. It was cold. I don't know. It was almost 90 degrees outside. So I come in and they put me under heated blankets, and I was cold for a long time. I finally fell asleep, and I guess I haven't ate anything since Tuesday to speak of. I ate just a spoonful here and there, and it just didn't have any flavor. And then I got to I started just having sweats. I mean, it was just terrible. Just sit up in the water, just stand up on my arms and legs. I just get sweating. Not sick to my stomach. No trouble breathing. Nothing like that. I knew I didn't have COVID. So we had I thought, well, I can't do video. There's no way I can do this. So I had seen a remark on one of my older videos that Karen had made, and I told her that I was going to hold off on videos for a bit. She'd commented about something, and I told her I was down, under the weather, and she said, well, do what you need to do. But the Spirit is leading you. That means a lot. You know, it redirects my mind. It gets my mind thinking, because I'd woke up and had all kinds of nightmares about this writings that I was doing, and how it wasn't right, and you know, Satan gets in you, in your mindset. He gets to thinking. Your mind changes, you know. And I had decided that, you know, I was going to have to do something different, because this wasn't making any sense. It wasn't doing what I felt it needed to do. Anyway, so I went back and I've looked through some of these writings that I've done, and before I come up with that decision, and I found I always go through them, and before I make a video, I read them and make sure the references are right, you know, to double check myself, because I screw up, and I found a mistake. It is in the middle of, and I'd have to rewrite the whole thing. And I thought, man, you know, why am I, look at this. But it's, you know, I was focused on myself. I seen something here in 2 Corinthians. What was that scripture? I know it was 1 Corinthians 2. First Corinthians chapter 2. Verse 6 and 7. Yet wisdom are we speaking among the mature, yet the wisdom not of this eon, neither chief of this eon, who are being discarded, but we are speaking God's wisdom in a secret, wisdom which has been concealed, which God designates before the eons for our glory. The things that I write out is part of the secret that God wrote out, that God has designated beforehand. That's pretty powerful to realize when you put these words like that to what we're doing today. And this is God's wisdom. And when Dean and Chris was here, they were sitting across the table. They're looking. This is the scene behind me. What they was looking at all the time we was. You know, they sat there and visited, but all these references. You know, you look at the how many years and years and years of studies that have gone on, and the references that these scholars have made, and they put them in the scriptures. They put them in the Bibles in the columns to reference this scripture to that. That's a lot of work. That is a lot, and they've gone through the whole Bible doing that, and reference it, and it's been done and done over again by other ones, and done more for others, and they compile them and put them together, and it's just in there. We have tools today that will enlighten us and open that study up to us more. For me, I can go into the blue letter app, I can say it, and pull out Paul's writings and take just those out of those, all them references, and I can pull them and pinpoint them to Paul's writings only. And then this app will break it down not only on the verse, but to certain words in the verse, and pulls it together in that order. It doesn't give it, so each word reference will have references to it. So in one verse there might be, I was just looking at the references for this one in Philippians 3:9. There was 29 scripture references in that one, in 3:9. 29 references. And then there's several of those that are more than one scripture in it. So, you know, how long it would take if I'd done that, searching it out and looking for things all the, you know, the way that it was done originally. It wouldn't be done a video. No. But, you know, that work is there, and I can tap into that and share it. And I need to remember that we are speaking God's wisdom, God's secret inner wisdom that has been designated before the eons for our glory. So that's pretty neat to see and understand that. And the crazy thing is, all them references are in there. The truth is still hidden to them today. It's still there. They went through and they've done all this studying, and all the scholars and all that. The truth is still there today, hid from them in plain sight. So we know 2 Timothy tells us, 2 Timothy 3:16 tells us that all Scripture is inspired by God. So when I pull these references up and I look at them and I read them and they don't mean anything to me, I can read them and I'm like, well, why is that in there? I don't have any idea, but it's there. So I'll read it and I put it in there and I write it out, and that is one of the references tied to that verse. So in Paul's writings. So that's how these come together. I don't read them out. I don't write them all out and then try to put them in a particular order. No, I go through it and I go right as it's wrote out. Like, I mean, as it's found in Scripture according to this app that breaks it down into different words or phrases that's in there. It'll break it down like that. More work that I don't have to do that's done, and I'm tapping into it. So when the thought comes to my mind, what good is this? See, it wasn't God's Spirit, was it? No. We're speaking the wisdom and the secret that God designated before the eons. So I got a visitor yesterday. Billy Green come out. Him and his wife Lisa come and visited, and I needed that. You know, I got up this morning and chilling, and it finally quit, and I didn't get into didn't go into running a fever or anything. So I tried eating a little bit of something, and it didn't have any flavor to it, and I was afraid to push it. So I've been drinking water like crazy. I drink so much water that I thought I'd be bloated up, and but boy, I do. I got a lot of water in me. I've lost 10 or 12 pounds, but it's been a. I told Marcia, I said, I'm gonna have to die to get better. She said, don't you die on me. No, not my plans. So anyway, she thought I was dying. I did too. It was bad. But anyway, so Billy had seen my last video where I was talking about struggling and getting up out of a chair out there in the yard. I couldn't stand. I couldn't get out of it. There's no way. I couldn't. If I could have rocked it and turned it over, I could got out of the chair. But then I'd been a bear cat getting off the ground. So anyway, I stayed put until I got finally got hold of Marcia and Elizabeth, and they come out, brought me a walking stick and helped me up and helped me to the house. But my energy's been dwindling and going down and stuff. So I want to have a PSA run to see where that's at. It's been sneaking up on me. The numbers just been rising, but I'm not concerned about it. I won't take chemo again. I've done that once, and it's destroyed a lot of my body. But God, this is all in God's hands. He's the one that's put me here, and He's the one that's inspired all this writings and for me to do this. I wouldn't have. Why else would I have been committed to do this stuff all this time? So anyway, I'm rambling, and I just wanted to let y'all know I'm still kicking. And if my writings if my hands get where they're not shaking and I can focus, I'm going to continue what I have started, and I go through and I'll correct my mistakes and make sure they're the best of my ability, and I'll put them out. And I appreciate you guys, every one of you. Paul has reached out to me, and Jackie's reached out to us. She called me last night. I was, or this morning. It was last. It's what time? It's 1 o'clock here our time in the morning. Maybe a couple hours. She tried to call, and I couldn't get to it in time, and I was just wore out. But anyway, I wanted to say I'm still here, and I'm going to do videos, and I'm more diligent than ever to stay with it, and it'll be done. And it's God's will, not mine. He's the one that wills us to do His will. It's His will. Whatever we do has been scripted for us. And I've seen Seth's video. He talked about Marcia, how blunt she is. She's pretty blunt. She wants to do some videos with us. So we'll see how that comes out. I hope she does. Her and Elizabeth both want to do videos with me. We have a lot going on hand right here. There's a lot been thrown at us here all at once. But I won't get into the details of that. But Satan's got ways of throwing curveballs at us, it seems like, and it gets in our spirit, doesn't it? But we're not. People say, "Well, you're only a human." Well, we are temples of God, and we don't ever forget that. His Spirit dwells in us. So remember that. And here in 2 Corinthians, I'm just glanced over the side. 1 Corinthians 2:5, it says that your flesh may not be in the wisdom of men, but in the power of God. It's going to be a good evening, a good day. This morning just getting started. It's 1 o'clock, 10 after. So I want to get this video put up, and it might take it all night to finish it up, but I'm up, my mind won't shut down, and we'll see what happens. So I appreciate you guys, and whenever we get abilities, I'll just keep plugging it, and if they don't make sense, hey, all scriptures inspired by God, and these are all put together for a reason, and we'll let it go at that. All right, I won't add anything to it. But hey, I love you guys. Appreciate every one of you. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you soon.